Let me have your phone number.
Give me the ticket. I refuse to give you my phone number.
Okay, if you don't give me your phone number, I won't be able to complete my information, and I'll have to take you to jail. So once I finish my business, then we'll go ahead and take care of it. I'm asking for your phone number.
Gets here,
go ahead and step out of the car, sir.
I can't wait for the supervisor. And I'll give you my phone number.
I'm telling you again, I'm not going to play these games. Sign my ticket, and I'll get my supervisor. Right now, we're on my terms. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't have time. I don't have time to go back and forth with you. Sign. What's your phone number?
501.
I'm asking you now, would you agree there's no law that says a citizen is required to give you, a police officer, their phone number?
Correct.
Okay, so you made an illegal threat to arrest him.
Hello, I have an update for us today, and it's about Mike, the Uber driver, who was wrongfully ticketed on the 4th of July after he pulled up to a red light the same moment an Officer Thompson was pulling up a barricade to block off that intersection for a 4th of July event. While the light is still red, the Uber driver is asking the officer, what's the alternative route for me to take my clients to their hotel, one being handicapped. And I don't think the officer has an answer, and eventually gets irritated that Mike's asking him over and over, so he tickets him for disobeying and impeding. And so the charges get dismissed before it even goes to court, and so I make a video on it. Well, the day my video comes out, the police chief calls the city attorney and gets him to reinstate the charges on Mike. Well, the day has come. We're gonna listen to the audio of the trial in district court. And we're going to hear Officer Thompson admit that he made unlawful threats to get Mike's personal phone number, and some results that you might not expect. And you're going to want to stay tuned till the end for a very interesting follow-up interview with Mike's attorney. But first, let's watch a little recap.
Previously on The Random Patriot.
All right, I am here with Mr. Actually, do you want me to use your name or?
I don't care.
Okay.
Mike Levy.
The first 5 or so minutes of the interaction wasn't caught on body cam, so
Correct.
I kind of wanted to get into what happened with the stop and what happened in that first 5 minutes.
Well, I was at a red light, ready to make a left-hand turn onto a street called Louisiana in downtown to take him to their hotel. He was putting out some type of barrier as I was turning and told me I could not go that way. And I asked him, if I can't go this way, what is the designated area to go? I have customers that I'm Ubering, and they're staying at the hotel.
He has a road barricaded off, or he barricades it right before you're trying to go through there?
Yes, and then I asked him for the third time if there's a designated area, because I have one person that's handicapped in the vehicle, and at that point they didn't feel like walking 2 blocks. And at that time, he did not like what I said, and he said, pull it over there right now.
The only person that's got to do this, sir.
What?
You can go around, sir.
Uber driver. I got people in the vehicle.
Sir, you not listening to what I'm telling you. I told you what to do 5 times. Let me see your insurance.
So you couldn't hear me.
Insurance. I heard you 10
Let me
times.
get it out, please, sir.
Let's go.
You got your body cam on, please? You never.
Sir,
You just put it on now.
Sir, you need to work for the Little Rock Police Department. You know more rules than you think I do.
I do.
Let me see your insurance. Let me see your insurance. I'm going to get you out of here. Stay right there for me, sir. Yes, sir.
You're trying to get back to the Marriott.
Yes, sir. Give us a second. Everything's blocked for the fireworks. You're going to have to wait a second because all the roads are blocked.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Hey, I'll be right back. Yes, ma'am. Huh? I mean, it's simple. I told him 10 times, sir, you can't go this way. You can't go this way. I want just to call them my chief. He said it. I don't make this up.
Right.
Simple. What now? What's y'all?
My niece park right there. Can she park right there?
No, because this is the main road. Y'all get a ticket. Park on the side roads.
Okay. White car.
Yep, over on the side road because this is the main road. All right.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me get my bike. You gotta go write me a ticket. Here's your information back, sir.
I want your supervisor, please.
Yeah, we'll give him. Let me get your phone number. Let me have your phone number.
Give me the ticket. I refuse to give you my phone number.
Okay, if you don't give me your phone number, I won't be able to complete my information, and I'll have to take you to jail.
I'll talk to
once
your
I finish my
supervisor first.
once I finish my business, then we'll go ahead and take care of it. I'm asking for your phone number.
When the supervisor gets here,
Go
I'll
ahead and
do
step
it.
out of the car, sir.
I can't wait for the supervisor, and I'll give you my phone number.
I'm telling you again, I'm not going to play
I'll give
these
you a
games.
phone
Sign
number.
my ticket,
I'll
and
do
I'll get
that.
my supervisor. Right now, we're on my terms. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is that under
I don't have
threat,
time.
though?
I don't have time to go back and forth with you. Sign. What's your phone number?
501.
Yes, sir. Sign here on X, sir. I'll get my supervisor down for you for just a second. Okay,
So you're telling me I have to sign it too?
if you don't want to go to jail, this is your ticket out of jail. If you want to go to jail, don't sign it. And if you don't,
arrest, I'll get arrested.
this is right now you're being arrested. I'm obtaining you. You cannot leave. You sign this as your release.
What am I doing?
You got arrested for impeding the flow of traffic and failing away a police officer.
Well, it was a red light.
Sir,
I got these people. It was a red light.
I told you what to do several
I couldn't
times.
hear you at the
Okay,
time.
that's fine.
It was a
That's
red
fine.
light.
We'll talk about it with the
It was a red
judge.
light.
Your court date is 6 August 2025.
I'll wait for the supervisor.
Yeah, 9 a.m. 600 West Markham. Yeah, I'll get your supervisor. You stay right here and wait on him. Hey, Sergeant Lewis, you over here?
What happened with those charges?
I waited until I think Wednesday, the following Wednesday, to call the city attorney who does the citations and tell him what happened. He saw the ticket number and looked at it and stuff, and within minutes he processed these charges.
So they're no pros, and actually, I'm sure you know what no pros means. You mind explaining that?
No price means that this ticket goes away unless the city or the police department wants to pursue charges within the next year.
It's usually some type of statute of limitations, whatever it is for that crime. So they have a year to bring it back up.
Bring it back.
Not that they will. Not that they will. The very next day after I published this video, the Little Rock police chief texts the Little Rock prosecutor this message. Good afternoon. Any update on the issue we discussed yesterday evening concerning the citation that was null prost? And the prosecutor responds, yes, I'll give you a call in a bit. Michael Kaiser, attorney at law.
Yes, sir.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
That's it.
Fighting crime. Something like that, defending unlawful stuff. I don't know. What would you consider what's happening to him?
Retaliation, trying to stop him from speaking his mind, from exercising his First Amendment rights.
Retaliation. That's a good way to define it.
Through the Freedom of Information Act, we were able to get communications between the Little Rock Police Department chief and the city attorney's office who prosecutes those cases in Little Rock. And on August 1st, we found that the chief sent a text message to one of the deputy city attorneys in Little Rock stating, I want to quote it because I think it's pretty clear who and what they're talking about. The chief texts the deputy city attorney, good afternoon. Any update on the issue we discussed yesterday evening concerning the citation that was null prost? And then the deputy city attorney responds, yes, I'll give you a call in a bit.
There's another message that kind of says something like that, isn't there?
There are a couple of messages about Michael, but Michael did actually file a bunch of Freedom of Information Acts himself, so some were talking about that. He sat down with, or at least spoke with several of these people. I'm not aware of any other message that could be so clearly interpreted as the chief of the Little Rock Police asking the city attorney's office to refile 2 traffic tickets that they had already dropped the day after that person publicized the incident online.
And he says we talked about yesterday, right?
Any update on the issue we discussed yesterday evening?
So yesterday evening. So my video released at 11:11. So by that evening, they had talked about it. And then the next day, the text message is, hey, we talked about this yesterday evening, which just happens to be the evening my videos post. And what do you think about the officer requiring Levy to give him his phone number? He said,
so
you're going to jail if you don't give me your phone number.
That was very concerning as an attorney and as a citizen of this town who actually lives fairly close to where this guy patrols. There is no duty to give your phone number to an officer.
So he gets pulled over on the 4th of July. By the 10th, it's null prost.
Yep.
Then on the 31st, all the same month, all in July, by the 31st, I put the video out.
Yep.
August 1st.
The next day.
Is when all of these text messages arise. And how fast was it after that before the charges were refiled? What's the date on that?
10 days later. August 11th.
So 10 days after the text message? Okay, on the 11th, they are refiled.
Yep. And now we're set for trial February 9th, I believe.
Trial docket, private attorney Michael Lehigh.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'm ready to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Just before trial, we had a couple things we understood or we saw while sitting here, the court's order from Friday coming through denying our motion. We would just object to the court not giving us a hearing and allowing us to take testimony. We had subpoenaed 2 witnesses. We understand the court's rule.
It was fairly straightforward pleadings, and I didn't see the need for that. I was given some additional information. I signed that Friday to give both sides some advance notice. Evidently, the power went down in City Hall and the courthouse at noon on Friday, and that was evidently what delayed the electronic filing from shipping that out.
We just had 2 stipulated exhibits with the city. Stipulated exhibit 1 is the body camera footage of the citing officer starting kind of midway through the encounter, and then our second exhibit is the actual handwritten citation.
Maybe better. We stipulated the video. I think the city would just like to play the whole video for the court. It's about 15 minutes long. But before I call Officer Thompson, we can just play the video for the court.
Any objection?
No, I think that works well.
The only person that's got to do this, sir. What? You don't go around, sir.
Uber driver.
Prepared to call the special witness, Joe.
You raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let us see, record.
Please state your name and occupation for the record. Officer Kenneth Thompson, police officer. Okay. And did you issue citation number LR 1135126? Yes, sir, that's correct. To whom did you issue this citation? Mr. Michael. And is this person in the courtroom? Yes, sir. Can you identify him for us? Yes, sir. Green time. Thank you. Please describe to the court the circumstances in which you issued this citation that day. All right, set everything up for you. It's 4th of July. Pops on the river, big event that's downtown every year. That's our main job, is the safety of others. Trying to patrol everybody out safely and safe. End of the night on the 4th of July, after fireworks went off, maybe about 30 minutes before the end, we set up a traffic pattern. So the goal is to keep much traffic, vehicle traffic, away from pedestrian traffic as possible. So the plan was to shut down 2nd Street completely. No north or southbound traffic on 2nd Street. Everyone will run east and west. We had traffic coming on top of the officers that was working 2nd Street. The officer that was working 2nd Street was heavy traffic coming on him. So we made a quick decision, let's move the barricades back to 3rd Street. So we moved the barricades to 3rd Street to alleviate that traffic being on top of him on 2nd in Louisiana. So I took the barricade from 2nd and drove it all the way to 3rd in Louisiana to make all the traffic go east and west. Of course, when I'm dragging the barricade up to 3rd in Louisiana, I can't stop everybody that's returning. A couple cars did turn down on that block. I can't stop everybody from turning. Once I get to 3rd, put it up, no one will turn on Louisiana to go northbound, so it's back towards 2nd. Shut that down. Mr. Lynn comes to the intersection. I tell him, shut down. You want me to get your Marriott? He want to tell me he drives for Uber. Yes, sir. Shut down. You want me to get your Marriott off of this block? Only way you can get there is go back to Broadway. He want to argue. I said, I told you 1,000 times. Now you got the traffic behind you, backing up, and we're going through a light cycle. He wanted to continue arguing. I said, well, sir, I tell you what, you don't pull up and go, I'm going to give you a citation. And he said, well, what are you going to do? I'm going to give you a citation. I said, you pull over there, I'm going to give you a citation. He pulled over there, I went over there and made contact with him. That's when I cut my body cam on. Thank you. You said you argued back and forth. Do you recall how long that interaction was and that initial argument with Mr. Levi?
Probably a light cycle.
The full light cycle went by. And then you said there were other vehicles. Where were those other vehicles in relation to Mr. Levi?
The other vehicle that was behind him?
Yes. So they were behind him?
Yes, sir.
And then, okay. And then, did you direct those vehicles anywhere?
Everyone obeyed. They was going north and south.
Okay. No further questions at this time, Judge.
You may ask.
If you don't give me your phone number, I will have to take you to jail. Why did you say that?
I got ahead of myself when I said that. So if you go ahead and you listen to the next line right behind it.
Nope, I'm talking about this line.
I got ahead of myself.
What does that mean?
I got ahead of myself?
Yeah, what does that mean? I got ahead of myself. I'm asking you why you said something that, I mean, would you agree there's no law that says I have to give my phone number to a police officer?
I didn't need that. I didn't need his phone number.
I'm asking you now, would you agree there's no law that says a citizen is required to give you, a police officer, their phone number?
Correct.
Okay, so you made an illegal threat to arrest him.
No.
Okay, you threatened to arrest him if he didn't give you his phone number, right?
No.
If you don't give me your phone number, I will have to take you to jail. Is that not a threat to arrest somebody?
I was needing the rest of the information for my citation.
Understand that. I'm asking if you made an illegal threat to arrest him based on not giving you his phone number.
I need this information for
Okay, did you say the words, if you don't give me your phone number, I will have to take you to jail?
If you listen to the video.
Can you just say yes or no?
If you listen to the video.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask the court to direct the witness to actually answer the question.
Officer, this will go a lot faster if you just listen to the question. You don't have to like the question.
No, yeah.
But answer the question, and if the city attorney needs to follow up, he will ask you additional questions. But answer this attorney's
Can I ask you
question.
again? You made an illegal threat to arrest him if he didn't give you his phone number. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Okay. This was July the 4th, right?
Correct.
This was a huge year for Pops on the River, wasn't it?
Correct.
Pretty stressful environment, right?
Police work is stressful.
But dealing with 40,000 people coming out of the river market, particularly stressful, right?
I wouldn't say yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. When did you start working that night?
I don't know. I think we may have started 2 o'clock that day.
Okay, and so this ticket's at 9:55 p.m. You've been working for 8 hours at this point, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I mean, had it been a long day?
Yes.
Had it been a difficult shift for you?
No shifts are difficult.
Okay, you knew that Mr. Levy was working as an Uber driver, right?
Yeah, he's mentioned that.
Okay, and you were aware he had his passengers in the car?
Correct.
Okay, and that he was trying to get to the Marriott?
Correct.
Okay, you testified that you told him to go back around to Broadway?
Broadway, no.
Okay.
I told him they can go back to Broadway, yes.
Okay, now he kept asking you for an alternative route, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so, I mean, your testimony is you gave him an alternative route and yet he kept asking?
Yes.
Okay. Did you feel Mr. Levy was being disrespectful?
At a point, he was being disrespectful.
Does that matter?
No, it don't matter at all.
Is that a crime?
No.
Is it a traffic violation?
Being the floor is.
Okay, but I'm asking if being disrespectful is a crime or a violation.
No.
I'm asking if you treat people differently based on whether they're respectful or not.
No. That's not
Okay. What was that little book with the pieces of paper with several tabs beneath it that you were looking through for several minutes? What was that?
That's a traffic violation law.
Okay. So you were looking for something to charge him with?
I was looking for my charge that I was going to charge him with.
Okay.
Statute number, actually.
Gotcha. And do you have a copy of the ticket with you? Okay, and do you see where on the right side so you didn't check any of the boxes for the more standard traffic violations, right?
It wasn't on there.
Okay, so you wrote in 2 violations underneath. If you look on the right, do you see where you actually scratched out a code number 27-101-105? What is that code?
I don't know.
Okay, is that a code for failing to obey a police officer in a watercraft?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, so I mean, you had to pull out your phone here to figure out a statute to hit him with, right?
No, it's the correct statute. I know the statute I want to hit him. I don't know all the statutes by heart.
Okay. Now, you heard yourself keep telling Mr. Levy you didn't have time to go back and forth with him, right?
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about what you did have time to do. You had time to commiserate with 2 random women on the street, okay? You took like 4 or 5 minutes just to get your motorcycle back around. You took several minutes to research which violations to hit him with. All right, when you told him to pull over, he did, right?
Yes.
Okay, and when you told him to provide his driver license, he did, right? When you told him to provide his registration, he did, right? When you told him to provide his proof of insurance, he did, right? And when you illegally threatened to arrest him if he didn't provide his cell phone number, he still provided that, didn't he? Okay. What order did he disobey?
At the intersection, sir. Well, I gave him directions to move through the intersection. If I also worked at the intersection, I'm the traffic light. I gave him orders to move through the traffic light because he was impeding the flow of traffic. Several times before the camera came on.
Okay, and he just asked you which way to go to get to the Marriott?
I told him.
Okay, and you're saying he kept asking you even though you had given him the answer that he had thought?
He kept saying, I got somebody handicapped. I want to do, I'm not going that way. I want to go this way. That's the obey part. He wasn't obeying the traffic.
And then there was a car behind him, right?
Yes.
And that car was actually like people associated with the people in his car?
I have no clue.
Okay, they didn't get ticketed for anything?
You saw the video, I talked with him?
I'm just asking, they didn't get ticketed for anything, did they, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All below.
You encountered Mr. Levy as you were placing the barricade at 3rd and Louisiana?
It was placed. It was set in place.
He was the first car that came up to it?
I can't recall if it was the first car. No.
Okay. I think you had testified before you place it, people will try to squeeze in and get where they can.
No, it wasn't squeezing. Those cars that turned as I was walking from 2nd to Louisiana to 3rd Louisiana. I was dragging the barricade all the way down that block.
A few cars had come right before him on that block, going north-south.
Before I made the intersection 3.
Okay. We've handled the witness, Judge.
Any other questions, Ms. Witness?
A couple follow-up questions, Judge. Officer, you mentioned, you said the words got ahead of yourself to Mr. Kaiser just now. Would you like to clarify what you meant by that?
Yes, sir. If you look at the video, what I was collecting the rest of my information for my citation. Of course, I asked that we start getting good phone numbers for the rest of our paperwork for my citation. So when I said I got ahead of myself, I went back and told him in the video, if you don't sign this citation, which is your ticket out of jail, I clarified that in the video, this was his way out, not for the phone number, but for this release from us.
Okay, so the clarification was that his signature was the release?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Here's your information back, sir.
I want your supervisor, please.
Yeah, we'll let me get your phone number. Let me have your phone number.
Give me the ticket. I refuse to give you my phone number.
Okay, if you don't give me your phone number, I won't be able to complete my information, and I'll have to take you to jail. So once I finish my business, then we'll go ahead and take care of it. I'm asking for your phone number.
Gets here,
go ahead and step out of the car, sir.
I can't wait for the supervisor, and I'll give you my phone number.
I'm telling you again, I'm not going to play these games. Sign my ticket, and I'll get my supervisor. Right now, we're on my terms. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Next question. Is it improper for officers to look up statute numbers?
No, it's not against the law.
Okay. No further questions.
So it's your testimony, you were going to arrest him for non-jailable traffic violations if he didn't sign that ticket?
Yes, sir. This was his release.
Okay. That's all I got there.
Any other questions, Ms. Witness? No. Thank you, officer. You're good.
Yes, sir.
May I call your next witness?
No further witnesses from the state, Judge.
Defense?
At this time, we'll call Mr. Levy.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Have a seat, Mr. Witness.
Thank you.
Will you please state your name for the record?
Michael Levy.
And what city do you live in, Mr. Levy?
City of Sherwood, Arkansas.
And were you working on the night of July 4th, 2025?
I was an Uber driver on that day.
And can you tell the court where you were coming from and where you were going to when we see you in this footage?
Sure. Actually, I was coming from Sherwood, picking them up from a restaurant, and there was another vehicle following us because that's why they called it Uber, because not everybody could fit in one vehicle. Three generations of a family.
Where were you all headed to?
Back to their hotel at the Marriott Convention Center.
Got it. And then how many passengers were in your car?
I had 3, husband, a wife, and a child.
And then did any of your passengers have mobility issues?
According to my front passenger, the father said he was disabled.
Okay. How do you come into contact with Officer Thompson, who just testified?
Actually, I knew the traffic flow was going to be bad downtown, so I went around from Broadway to 3rd Street. He was pulling out a barrier as I was going to that intersection, and at that time there was a red light.
Okay, what was his demeanor when you first encountered Officer Thompson?
Very hostile, didn't want to talk or answer any questions of me, and I told him I had passengers in my vehicle, and Uber tracks us, our location, and it's the safety of my biggest thing for the Uber drivers, the safety of my clients from point A to point B, and that's Uber's #1 priority.
And then back to Officer Thompson, how did he react to you asking, that question for an alternative route?
Well, he was about 20 feet away from me. First time he didn't answer me. I asked him again until I had passengers in my car, and he still didn't answer me.
Did Thompson at any point give you an alternative route to the Marriott Hotel?
Absolutely not.
Did he tell you to go back to Broadway?
No.
What did he have you pull over for, if you know?
When I asked him the third time, the light had just turned green. He asked me to pull it over there right now in front of the student school.
And is that where we see you in the footage we just saw?
Yes.
And did you delay in pulling over there?
No.
Did he direct you to do anything you didn't do?
I did everything he asked me to do.
Okay. Did you give him your license when asked?
Yes.
Insurance?
Yes.
Registration?
Yes.
Did he ask you for anything you thought was a little bit odd?
My phone number. I've been pulled over, under the average amount of times. I never had anybody ask me for a phone number.
Okay. How did he respond to you not immediately coming with your phone number?
Very hostile and aggressive towards me.
Did he threaten you?
Yes.
What did he threaten you?
That I'll go to jail.
Okay. Did you give him your phone number?
Eventually, when he was about ready to open up my car,
Okay. After he gives you the ticket, what do?
I asked for a supervisor.
Okay. And how long did you wait?
About 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Did a supervisor show up to visit with you?
No.
Mr. Levy, did you block traffic?
No.
Did you refuse to comply with any of Officer Thompson's orders?
No.
Even to give your cell phone number?
I gave my phone number. Every directive he gave me, I answered.
Thank you. I would tender the witness.
Morning, Mr. Levy. Just a couple questions. When you first made contact with Mr. Thompson, were there other directions you could turn?
I asked him for an alternative route.
Mm-hmm. And then how did he respond?
Like I said, he did not answer me.
So he was silent, and then you asked him 3 or 4 times through a light cycle?
And he said, if you don't like it, call the police chief.
Okay. But you don't recall anything you said prior to that?
No.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
Any other follow-up questions?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. You may stand down. You may call your next witness.
No further witnesses. If I may make a brief argument.
You may.
All right, this officer didn't have time to engage with Mr. Levy, but he did have time to stop his work and spend 10 or so minutes figuring out, how do I charge this guy for disrespecting me, and then actually doing the ticketing. I don't doubt that working 8 hours on the 4th of July on this specific shift is extremely stressful, tiring, exhausting work, but it doesn't mean you get to charge people for being disrespectful. And that's really all we have here. We know, even from the officer's testimony, that at least the directive to pull over he complied with. We know, in terms of providing all information that was required, including information that was not required, based on the officer's illegal threat to arrest him for not, or if he didn't provide his cell phone. I mean, he was compliant as one could be. This was not a typical situation. I would say this is the time the river market is the busiest. This is at the instant that the roadblock is being placed. The officer is saying he provided my client with this alternative route and that my client kept asking for an alternative. That doesn't really make sense. If he had gotten the answer that he was seeking, I don't think he would have kept asking. So I think the court should believe Mr. Levy on that point over the officer. But yeah, ultimately this is a case where this officer ticketed my client for contempt of cop. I don't think there's sufficient evidence to show that he failed to comply with any directive. And then his testimony shows the only person who was impeded was not impeded. The car behind him was part of the group in his car and was waiting for those people. Thank you.
Response. Thank you.
Judge, the defense would like to make is about Officer Thompson's time. Judge, you saw the video, you heard his testimony today. Sworn officer testimony, 15 years with the police department. As far as the threat related to the request for the cell phone number, officer clarified on stand that what he meant by that was the signature. Officer was just speaking fast in the moment, and he clarified that at the stop. The officer testified that Mr. Levi argued with him prior to him telling him to pull over and giving him a citation. Mr. Levi testified today that he can't recall what Officer Thompson said prior to that.
Anything else? Mr. Levy, I find you guilty of failure to obey, assess fine and costs of $335, and for failure to and for impeding, and assess fines and costs of $235. Does your client wish time to pay?
Your Honor, we're going to file a notice of appeal. I'd ask that the defendant be stayed pending appeal.
You have 30 days from today's date which to appeal this matter to the Circuit Court of Pulaski County. Anything else we need to take up on Mr. Levi?
Your Honor, I would ask just to move it on. Have a notice of appeal handy. That may approach.
You might.
And I'm just approaching with a notice of appeal and a written request to the clerk of the district court to prepare and certify a record pursuant to Rule 36. As required by the rule, I have physically, I'll give a copy to Mr. Davis as well.
Noted. Thank you.
All right, I'm back in Attorney Michael Kaiser's office, and we actually just finished with his district court trial for Michael Levy, the Uber driver. I just wanted to kind of go over what happened at the trial with you and what you plan to do next.
Okay, so we get there this morning and we find out the judge on Friday denied our motion to dismiss based on prosecutors refiling the charge. We had filed a motion to dismiss alleging that they did so out of prosecutorial vindictiveness for him having the gall to meet with you and then be on a published YouTube clip talking shit about the Little Rock Police Department. So that was denied on Friday by written order. It's a one-sentence order that just says it is denied. There's no explanation.
Wow.
The court, when I pressed the court this morning, hey, why can we not have a hearing? We had subpoenaed the chief of Little Rock Police. We had subpoenaed the city attorney, who made numerous comments in the mainstream media about this case. The judge said he felt it was straightforward from the pleadings that no testimony was necessary and that it was improper, or that we weren't right, so he denied it.
That's good. And so you had plans to actually question the chief and the prosecuting attorney about the text messages?
The city attorney and the chief of police.
The city attorney, okay.
And the chief was there. I didn't see the city attorney there, although his office is next door. And so all we did today was have the actual trial. Officer Kenneth Thompson testified, Michael Levy testified. The judge found him guilty of both offenses and gave him a fine. We immediately filed a notice of appeal and intend to appeal this case to the Pulaski County Circuit Court, where the default is a jury trial.
Something I've noticed, and you may want to comment or may not, is it doesn't seem like there's a lot of justice in the district court systems around here. It seems like, it's the good old boy system, just for lack of better words. They get away with looking past the actual facts of stuff and just what they want. And it seems like you have to really appeal and go to circuit court to actually get real justice. Yeah, do you have a comment about that?
I do. So like a prime example would be former judge Mark Derrick. He was a judge in White County. He had all these little district courts, and he was so terrible. He was given 3 weeks of jail time for simple possession of marijuana in addition to 2G plus fines. They had to set in the circuit court an entire day, and I think later on a second entire day, just for misdemeanor appeals from his district courts.
Oh, wow.
There were that many. And we even would have to agree with the city attorney in BB, okay, so we'll take this insane deal here, because that's all that this judge will take, will appeal, and we have already agreed that here's the sane deal, we'll enter in circuit court. And so that was horrible because I had to charge people more money because that's way more court I have to go to and more stuff I have to do that I shouldn't have to do. But that's a prime example. And that still the majority of people were not appealing because appealing takes time, money, knowledge.
Right. Just knowing that you even have the ability or...
So a lot of people could or should but don't because they don't know they can, or they can't afford it, or they don't know how. And so, yeah, we have, the district courts are great because they technically preserve your right to a jury trial because you could appeal to circuit court and get a jury trial, but in practice, it's kind of like justice in a vacuum. Like no one's watching.
Yeah.
There's no record.
There's no accountability for the judge. Like if the judge rules terribly, nothing happens to him.
Well, right. So like if a circuit judge makes a really bad ruling and I appeal it to the Court of Appeals or Supreme Court, there's a transcript. The Court of Appeals or Supreme Court will specifically say how that judge erred and whether that error was significant enough to warrant a new trial or not. Here, there is no record.
No accountability, nothing matters.
So like, yeah, the circuit court isn't even reviewing the district judge's rulings. You can get some pretty insane things like having an entire day in the White County Circuit Court devoted to just dealing with the appeals of people from the district court, not even because they are appealing that a few people are appealing saying, I didn't do this.
Right.
The majority are appealing just so they can get a $250 fine on the weed ticket instead of $2,000 and 3 weeks in jail.
How wild.
So they're appealing not even to establish their innocence, just to get a fair sentence.
That's so crazy.
Yes.
I think you did an amazing job at this trial. I was surprised. He was guilty on both. Just insane. So this, in my head, is one of those situations where the judge is just, it doesn't matter what you did, what you said, it doesn't matter. Michael was guilty no matter what, I feel like. No matter what you did or said today, he's guilty.
Yeah, he resolved the Michael said one thing, Thompson said another. He resolved that in favor of Thompson. That's how it's going to go a lot of the times in district courts and in just courts.
I feel like even with Thompson's testimony, Michael is still not guilty.
I agree. Yeah, the thing that I thought, I mean, there's no way around it. He threatened to arrest Michael Levy if he didn't provide his cell phone number. He tried to say, I think his quote was, I got ahead of myself. I was saying, if you don't sign this ticket, I'm going to take you to jail. Yeah. But like his words are pretty clear that he said, give me your phone number or else you're going to jail. And he admitted to it, and he admitted that there is no law that requires you to give your phone number.
He didn't want to admit that, though.
He didn't want to. The judge had to even remind him, like, dude, you got to answer the question. So we look forward to getting this officer in front of a jury.
Unfortunately, we lost today. I say we, I'm part of it.
We lost.
And you have already appealed. You appealed today, right?
I filed the notice of appeal in court immediately. I've just contacted the court. We're going to pay the $5 fee to purchase the transcript that we have to file in the circuit court to officially start the appeal.
So later this year, stay tuned. I'm sad that you didn't get to question the chief or the city attorney, because that was one thing that didn't get to be brought up, was the fact that these charges were already dismissed and then brought back up after the chief presumably watched my video and then texted the city attorney an hour after I posted that video. And then all of a sudden the next day the charges are reappeared. That didn't even get to be brought up.
No, and that's I don't like losing, and I don't like it for Mr. Levy, but the one positive from this is we now will hopefully get the opportunity to get those two men on the stand under oath and ask them to find out definitively if they refiled this case because he had the gall to go on your YouTube channel.
I think the city attorney made a comment to another, I forget what news agency it was, but he said that Levy was disrespectful, which was what made him refile the charges. After reviewing the body cam, he said Levy was disrespectful, so that made him refile the charges.
He also made clear, despite saying that Mr. Levy was disrespectful, he had not reviewed the body cam yet.
Oh, that was before he had actually watched it?
Made that statement.
Gotcha,
yeah.
Okay.
Disappointed, but like, we're not dead yet.
Yeah.
And we're not going anywhere. And now we may actually get these two men on the stand answering why they refiled this case and how much behind the scenes the actual chief of the Little Rock Police and the actual city attorney of the city of Little Rock, which is, no one's saying this is New York, but we're not some little city.
Right.
Our city attorney and our chief of police have much bigger fish to fry than one Uber driver getting a ticket on the 4th of July. So we'll actually find out if, in fact, no, they don't. It is part of their job to go after a single person who had the gall to get on a YouTube channel and say that I didn't have a great experience with the Little Rock Police Department.